Good morning, natural gas. It's Monday, March the 30th, 2026. I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company, and this is the top news for natural gas. Number one, in the US, weather is modest and is pushing prices lower. Number two, in the EU, the Netherlands is down to 5.27% full in natural gas storage. Number three, for Australia, tropical storm or cyclone Narelle has damaged the Wheatstone LNG facility and temporarily taken 30 MTPA off the market. And number four, TransCanada has agreed to double Coastal Link pipeline capacity. This is to support LNG Canada's phase two. Let's turn to the new spot contract. This is May now, and we're currently trading at 286.10, down 16.4 cents or over 5.42%. And as you can see here, we're testing recent lows, which came in at 282.5, and then a prior low back in February at 2807. So we are pressured lower here by the modest US weather. So let's turn to what's going on in the world, and this is the Strait of Hormuz. And of course, not much is going on here. We do see some movement. Again, this is mostly Chinese and Indian vessels going to pay their fee, their toll to the Iranians, and then they're able to transit the Strait of Hormuz. But for now, we've still got the main clusters over Oman, over Abu Dhabi, and of course around Qatar. Nothing is currently docked at Ras Laffan. So let's turn to the hourly chart for May. And as you can see here, we're well below the daily pivot, which came in at 299.90. We're now down to second support here at 285.20 on the pivot system. The RSI is trying to turn sideways here from a very low level. But right now, it can still pressure downward because weather continues to be so modest for at least the next 10 to 14 days. So let's turn to the front to back spreads. And as you can see, this is the Jan versus the May contract. We're currently up 6.4 cents here to 2.217. The RSI is trying to turn up. So this means it's looking for further widening of this particular spread. The winter contracts, that's the premium for physical molecules, is in winter. So this is going to continue to push to the upside at this time. And let's look at the Novi through March strip. And as you can see right now, we're down 9.2 cents to 431. And this is moving now lower. The RSI still will not climb to the upside here. And that means it's now tilting down to test the trend line and the recent low we had at 4207. So let's turn to the ERCOT grid, and here's what's going on. This is the renewables for today. They're expected to be over 56,000 megawatts. What's the problem? Well, we only peak out today at around 63,000 megawatts. And as you can see right now, the wind and solar are taking the majority of the load. Natural gas is only 10,700 megawatts. So this will continue over the next few weeks because we've got modest temperatures. Yes, we do get into the 80s, but we don't have the 90s or the summer heat just yet. Let's turn to the weather outlook for the United States. And as you can see, let's start with the beginning here. And as you can see here, we do get some heat across Texas all the way back over to the southeast, but it's not extreme heat. And we'll see that in just a few minutes. But it really is just modestly above normal, about 5 to 10 degrees above normal, and it's keeping that colder air at bay for most of the forecast period. And as you can see, as we get further and further into April, we really are dealing with some very nice temperatures, really quite spring-like. We haven't seen this in a while. So this is welcome news for the Northeast, New England, and Mid-Atlantic states. Let's turn to the anomaly map, and here we go again. Let's start at the beginning, and as you can see here, that heat dome builds out west and then pushes that cold air out of the system, and this is pushing into the tomorrow And as you can see, some very warm temperatures for New England, mid-Atlantic states, and the Great Lakes. And then it continues as we get into the first week of April, some very nice temperatures along the eastern seaboard. And then again, we get another wave of cooler weather pushes through, but not much. It's not that cold for this time of year. And as you can see, we actually get a cold front that comes through around April the 9th through the 11th, all the way coming down into the southeast before the next heat pushes it back out to sea. And let's turn to Europe and the Europeans. Well, we've got some cooler temperatures right now through the end of the month and into April here, but then it moderates. And as you can get past here through the 3rd, we get some cooler temperatures, but then it really starts to warm up here starting the first full week of April. And that means like April 9th and 10th, it's really quite warm here. They could use it because, well, the Netherlands is down to 5.27% full. Excuse me, 5.27% full. That's extremely low. They've got to be really, really careful right now. Overall, the EU is at 28.1% full. Let's turn to Asia. Pretty much kind of the same story as last week. We do see some modest temperatures here. Back and forth, we get a brush of colder air into the capital city of Beijing, but then it just moderates and we get some warmer temperatures, some mixtures here of cooler and warmer than normal by about 5 degrees. So spring is here across the northern hemisphere. Let's turn to Golden Pass, and it's currently at over 300,000 MMBTUs into the terminal, and we hear it's made its first LNG today. There's going to be potentially the first shipment coming here to an ExxonMobil Sea Eagle LNG tanker that is for bunkering purposes. And then there is a Qatari LNG tanker sitting in the Gulf waiting for the first full load, possibly within the 2nd week of April. So good news here, the world can use some more LNG. And let's turn to the U.S. nuclear fleet. Currently, right now, we are at 18.4 gigawatts are offline, and that means we possibly peaked out just over here on March 23rd, because last year we peaked out on March 29th, but we've been running a full month ahead of the outages from last year and the 5-year averages. So we may have peaked out on nuclear outages. There still could be a run up a little bit for nuclear outages, but we are going to get ready for summer, and we could use it because it's hot and dry across the southeast. And let's turn to the stocks. Well, it's a mixed picture right now. As you can see here behind me, Magnolia up 0.18%. It's or 0.12% now, sorry. So everything is pretty much giving back some of the gains we saw on Friday. The energy sector was the best performing sector. It was really one of the only performing sectors that were in the green. Everything now is starting to take a little bit of profit off the board. So again, recapping here with natural gas prices pressing lower, we're currently trading at 286, down 16.5 cents for the new May contract. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.